We are still in the 24-hour window where you have a safe space to vent, complain about whatever you want in the Cowboys Week 3 disastrous, embarrassing loss against the Arizona Cardinals. So head down to the comments section, one-word reaction to a putrid performance by the Dallas Cowboys. I gave a lot of good one-word reactions here off the top because that sucked. We can count on maybe one hand the number of players who performed well against the Arizona Cardinals. It is Monday. It is Overreaction Monday, and we're going to get to some doozies on today's show. First up, Cowboys reading their own press clippings again. This game just screams to me we got too cocky. And they've done this a couple years in a row now. Start the year well. Feeling good, they're bad. I think it's accurate. So I'm sure the players will get feisty on Twitter or whatever. This Dallas Cowboys team, as good as the defense has been at various points of the past few years, they've yet to beat the front-runner allegations. When things are going well, oh yeah, they're playing great, they're cocky, they're confident, they're making plays. Ladies and gentlemen, against a Cardinals football team that isn't supposed to be very good, and we all accused of tanking for Caleb Williams, Arizona bullied you. At home, they ran it down your throats. And you were saying, no, stop. And they just kept running it. It says 7.4 yards per carry. That was after kneel downs and a quarterback sneak. They averaged over 8 in the snaps that mattered. Folks, you can't allow 8 yards per carry on 25-plus carries and think you're going to win football games. Shit don't work in the NFL. That makes it easy on opposing offenses when you're just getting gashed. And it wasn't up the middle. This was not a Mozzie Smith disaster class. This was, where was Van Der Esch? Micah kind of got run over a few times. Outside of Tank Lawrence, who made plays up front? One by Hankins, one by Osa. Mozzie had one splash. That was it. They gashed you on a lot of outside runs. Where was your contain? Player failure. Frankly, and this is coaching too, they looked uninspired. Like, they looked soft. I saw some jogging out there. I love J-Ron Curse. There were some plays he was not going full speed. So, what the hell, guys? You got bullied in week 3. You're supposed to be the bullies. It's like the big, bad, tough guy at school, he's bullying everybody, gets hit one time in the mouth and runs home crying to mom. Do better, defense. This is supposed to be a team that wins by their defense. They don't allow big plays. They stop the run. They get turnovers. They didn't do that very well today. You're supposed to be, this is what this organization has said. This defense is awesome. They're elite. They're special. They were shit this week. I apologize for my language, but I'm also not wrong. The defense, I believe, relative to expectations, all that stuff, like, if this was 2018 or whatever, like, yeah, the defense sucks. This is what 2019, you allowed 28, might have won the game with that old offense and style. This team supposed to win the games, but with defense. And the defense was, I believe, the single biggest reason why you lost, amid many, many, many reasons why you lost. So do you blame the defense the most for today's loss? Y for yes, N for no. It's the pinned comment. Go vote right now. Did the red zone offense suck against the Cardinals? Yeah, it did. Big time. Again, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that one. I think even the Cowboys, Mike admitted to it as well. Much like you can't allow 8 yards per carry, can't go 1 for 5 in the red zone a bunch and win football games. You had 5 chances. You got touchdown, field goal, turnover downs, field goal, turnover on downs. And the biggest reason why you're bad in the red zone, you kept trying to run the football. Now, we'll get to Dak, and the answer was bad. Don't get me wrong. I want to emphasize that now because I know how the comments go. 10 carries inside the red zone for 24 yards. Despite that, by the way, folks, put that in perspective. The Cowboys as a team ran the ball 33 times for 185 yards. I'm doing quick math here. Outside of the red zone, the Cowboys were averaging almost 7 yards per carry. Once they got into the red zone, they couldn't do shit. They had 4 runs inside the 10 4 carries, 1 yard. Big Mike called 5 straight running plays in the red zone when you were down by 2 scores with 5 minutes to go. What are we doing? That is decision making. That is not execution. That is decision making. That is play calling. You are bleeding clock. You are down by 2 scores. Your defense can't get a stop, and you're content to run. Awful. Your quarterback cannot throw 9 into the red zone. We'll get to that. I know your O-line wasn't very good. You got your number 1 receiver on a fade, giving up, asking for a flag before the ball gets there. A lot of bad. They're playing too high. Okay, beat it. Like, it's 2023. Can we not run too high beaters? We know how to. It's not that hard. You have plays in your playbook. Call them. Do the rub plays. Hit your seam shots. Where are those tight end seam shots that Kellen Moore loved? You're going to call those? You tried one with Cooks, kind of as a bad throw. Terrible decision. You got to be better. I got more to come here on McCarthy still, but today's show is made possible by Factor Meals. I'll have one. Well, I got one in football tonight, but I'll have one Tuesday night because I just don't have time to cook anymore. You know, we have a 2-year-old at home. The wife's working. That's why I love Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. You can pick your pre-made meals. It's just 2 minutes. That's it. 2 minutes. There's no prep. There's no chopping. There's no cleaning. It is simple. It is easy. 50% off when you use promo code CowboysChat50 over at factormeals.com/CowboysChat50. The link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. If you're too busy working, cleaning, don't go out to eat. You get done with work. It was a long day at 6:30. You know, I don't want to clean. I don't want to cook and clean. Don't go stop at the fast food spot. Instead, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in 2 minutes. Heat, enjoy, get back to the more important things in your life. Links in the comments section and the description of today's show. All right, let's go to next up on our overreactions. Is Mike McCarthy a bad play caller? I'm a little bit worried about it. Kind of ties into the red zone, right? I will say, until you get to the not even just maybe the 20, until you get to the 10, that's the best offense in football. It's not being played in Miami right now, or maybe KC. But you run into this issue a lot more, I think, in the red zone right now. You have too much east-west. And I get it's the Texas Coast, West Coast offense, whatever. In the red zone, you keep doing the speed option shit. Like, just get north-south a little bit more. You're playing too much this way. You got to play this way a little bit more. Now, I suspect the Cowboys internally think the offensive line is your root issue. It is very tough to win football games when you're down your left tackle, future Hall of Famer, your center, very good, and your future Hall of Fame right guard. That's really tough to overcome. There were a couple times that the quarterback was running around for his life. There was the one crazy play by Rico Dowdle that made like 8 guys miss. Like, there were some impressive individual performances. Your O-line is not very good. I get that. Come on. Be better in the red zone. I have been whelmed so far by Mike. First 2 games, yeah, you can be conservative. You're up big. The clock is running, and you ran the football 5 times in a row in the red zone. Why? 2 of them you got 1 yard on combined. Why? Also, you've put yourself in a lot of third downs this year. You had 16 third downs. We'll check the numbers. I would not be surprised if the Cowboys were among the league leaders in third downs attempted. You're not going to, if you're getting 50% of your third downs, you're the best in the NFL, or at least top 3. So if you have 2 or 3 third downs per drive, guess what's going to happen? You're eventually not going to get one, and you're going to punt or settle for a field goal. You got to do more on early downs. Got to do more. One positive. There's a lot of negatives today. I'll try to do a couple positive things. You ran a great screen. Dowdle had a great touchdown screenplay. Great block by TJ Bass. Dowdle again, by the way, is a nice football player. Of the players who were good today, I think Rico Dowdle, 7 touches for 46 yards and a score. Pretty damn good. So what is your confidence level in Mike McCarthy as the Dallas Cowboys play caller? Scale it for me from 1 to 10 in the comment section. All right, in the year 2023, even if you just are a national media talking head, it's basically impossible to have an actual conversation about Dak. It just kind of devolves into, he sucks, he's great, he sucks, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like just kind of nonsense. I'll try to have a decent conversation with you guys here. Is he awful, terrible, no good? You'll see those takes. No, he's not. He's not awful. He's not terrible. He wasn't good enough, though. He was not good enough. There are like maybe 4 guys on your team who were good enough. So to be clear, he is certainly not blameless in this one. Absolutely not blameless. And you can't have the red zone INT. Someone in the comments, I forget who it was. I'm trying to look at her name, but I do want to shout you out. He had an awesome line. It was something along the lines of you can't put your quarterback in a hopeless situation and not expect hopeless throws. 3rd and 5, clock's bleeding, don't throw it there. Bad decision, bad INT. 25 of 40, 2 tight end drops in there. I think we'll talk more about that on today's live show, by the way. Tight ends have kind of been wonky so far this year. Again, a lot of east-west stuff, not good enough. You needed your quarterback today to play at a top 3 level, if not higher, to win the game. He's done that occasionally, but he didn't do it today. I'll also ask you guys this question. How many bad plays did Dak have? Chris, I know you're not the biggest Dak fan. How many bad plays do you think he had on Sunday? Like 2, 3? Like the INT obviously was a horrible one, and that's, -5 points, whatever we want to call it. Maybe 2 or 3? He did that one double pump that pulled back and maybe should have been picked, but he had as many drop passes as I thought he had bad throws today. Maybe 2 or 3? But again, a lot of that's he underthrew Gallup on one play, but they also drew PI for it, so kind of evens out. Oh no, wait, is that the PI they picked up? Oh, they did pick up the PI in that one because refs suck today. But yeah, so 2 or 3, right? Like I think I named 3. You needed more. What you kind of needed in the end was you needed vintage 2020 pre-injury Dak where the defense was allowing 35 points a game and Dak was throwing for 500 yards and giving you a chance. I would also say your game plan didn't really allow for that, but that's what you needed today. And again, can't have the INT. Now, Dak this year, I think is at like let me double check my math. He's at like a 1% INT rate, which, yeah, he's at a sub 1% INT rate. It's actually really good, but needed more today. Needed more. So great Dak this year. I'm sure we'll get a lot of A's, a lot of B's, and a lot of F's, even though I think he's kind of like, I don't know, C+, B-, somewhere in that range. Been some reasons, some excuses. Grade him, A, B, C, D, or F. All right, getting long on today's video, so I'll wrap it up here. Michael Gallup is back. Sure hope so. Our number 1 player to watch this week. Gallup played really well. 7 targets, 6 catches. Should have been PI on one of them. 92 yards. Thought he played really well. Attacked the football well. Made some nice slant routes. There was some big connections on that play. I thought Michael Gallup was really good. Brandon Cooks, MIA today. Talk about that one later on. If you have not already, please make sure you are subscribed at youtube.com/Cowboys TV. Live again later on Monday for our normal Monday show. Hit that sub button right now. It's the same old Cowboys, folks. Season's over. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. They have to earn our trust still. But this is an overreaction. It hurts. Don't get me wrong. It sucks. It's embarrassing, frankly, and you can absolutely be mad. I go with the 24-hour rule. 24 hours, get it out of your system, on to New England. You can be mad today. 13 penalties. That's some same old Cowboy. The penalty boys were back. I think I owe more push-ups. I'll do them on Monday's live show. I think I owe like at least 40 push-ups, frankly. There were some I refused to do on the grounds that the calls were bad, but I owe like 40 push-ups still. You can't do that shit. You're not going to win football games with 13 penalties. It's like 5 things you're not going to do. You're not going to win football games with And the Cowboys did them. Of course you lost. You shut shoving the foot. All the things we said don't do, they did. Season is not over. It's frustrating. I know. And every loss hurts when you're going to be fighting against the Eagles and the Niners for a coveted home field advantage, number 1 seed stuff, division crown. I get all that. It hurts. Season's not over. You have a clunker every year. You have to bounce back this week, though, against the Patriots.